Welcome to my channel. This is Jackos Crypto, and in this video I'm talking about how to pick the best crypto coins with huge potential, and I'm going to be giving you my full beginner guide on how you can do this and be very profitable if you do your research correctly and if you make decisions that are minimizing your risk and maximizing your potential. And if you can make smart decisions that minimize your risk and maximize your growth potential. If you guys do enjoy this video, please smash the like button as it really helps me out with the YouTube algorithm. Also subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. All right, let's get right into this. So this is going to be kind of a format like my last video where we have essentially like a checklist, and I'm going to have two strategies for you guys on picking the best altcoins, picking the best crypto coins, so you can get in on some massive gains, right? Because yes, you can make a lot of money with Bitcoin and Ethereum and some of the top projects, but it's unlikely that they're going to 20 to 30x over the next year or so, right? However, with a lot of smaller cap altcoins, that happens all the time. And even mid cap cryptocurrencies, which is usually around $400-500 million market caps, that can definitely happen as well. Of course, it's not happening as often as it happens with a coin with only $1 million or $10 million market cap, but there's also a lot less risk, right? So strategy one is going to be for the safer investors. Of course, this is crypto, so it's very volatile compared to any other market. So really you can't consider any investment in the crypto space safe. However, there's definitely ways to minimize your risk. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm just sharing my opinions and what I do when I invest into crypto projects, right? So if you take that as advice, of course, remember that's your own decision and you need to do your own research. So essentially with strategy one, it's going to be looking for deals on already proven altcoins that have decent sized market caps, right? Which can be pretty much anything over 150 or $200 million market cap. Now, what you want to do next is familiarize yourself with that project's team, technology, and community so you can actually understand it and see if you believe in it for the future. Because even though a project has been around for 3 or 4 years, it could still not do well in the next coming years, right? I've seen a lot of projects that have done amazingly well over the last couple of years, but they've started to die off because sometimes, unfortunately, these teams just kind of give up on the roadmaps and give up on the developments that they've promised to everyone, which causes the crypto coin to go down evidently, right? Another thing that can happen is that the community behind the project kind of just dries up and loses hope in it, which obviously causes a lot of people to sell off their coins and see a huge drop in the crypto's price. Now, you also want to look for what's going on with current and future developments within that project because these types of milestones for the crypto can be great buying or selling opportunities, right? For example, let's say a crypto has a massive announcement coming up in the next week or two, and it's going to be positive news. At least that's how they're promoting it, right? It's going to be a huge deal, maybe a major partnership, maybe something like that, and it's going to most likely be good for the project. Now, something like that usually will cause a uprising in the price before that announcement comes out. And then after that, there's usually actually a sell-off because people realize it's not that big of a deal in the end. Or we can actually see some type of negative thing that's going to be happening with the crypto and with the project, right? That could be various things like a hack or something like that. So you need to understand that and really keep an eye on that because that can cause the price to drop significantly, right? I'm not talking about 10%, 15% down. I'm talking about 25 to 50% down within a very short period of time, even on some of these mid-sized market cap projects, right? There's still a lot of risk when you compare it to any other market or just Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? The thing I do next is probably the most important just because it really does affect what the coin's price is doing. And that's looking to see what Bitcoin and Ethereum's price action is like. Is it going up or are we sitting on a major support level that if we fall below, we could see a huge bear market, right? Or are we testing new highs or testing major resistance levels? All of those things play into how the other coins are doing no matter what, pretty much. There's only a few cryptos out there that don't move exactly with Bitcoin and Ethereum, right? Because pretty much everything has that sentiment. If Bitcoin and Ethereum are doing bad, everything across the market is going to be in the red, at least for that period of time. If Bitcoin's making new highs, Ethereum's making new highs, then you're going to see a major upswing in pretty much all projects across the space, unless something like a hack happens or something really negative with the team or the developments within that roadmap. Then of course Bitcoin's movement isn't going to have an impact on that project because nobody is really interested in that project anyway. So that's one thing to note as well. This is honestly the best way to minimize risk in the crypto space, is only get into the altcoins and the crypto coins, even mid-sized market cap ones, when Bitcoin and Ethereum are making moves, right? And upward moves, right? Unless you're shorting, then of course you can wait for Bitcoin and Ethereum to go down and then short some other cryptos, smaller ones, and you might make a lot of money, but that's very risky. And I don't recommend that for any beginner or even intermediate investor or trader in the crypto space, just because it's so easy to lose your entire investment, especially when you're using leverage, which is what all these crypto exchanges are pretty much pushing right in front of your face all the time, because they know they can make a lot of money off of it, right? And people can make a lot of money off of it, but it's really only the very experienced traders that consistently make profits with leverage shorting or longing. Another thing is never putting all of your eggs in one basket, right? If you do that, of course you can make a lot of money if that project does extremely well, but there's really a lot of risk when doing that, right? So you're better off just picking a few altcoins that you truly believe in and understand, and then investing into those, as I've seen a lot more success with that than going all in on one project, right? Because the risk to lose 30 to even 75% of that position is very, very likely impossible, especially if the rest of the market is going down with it. Another thing that I've found a lot of success in is dollar cost averaging into my positions if I really believe in them, right? If an altcoin continues falling in price and I don't really understand why, and I think it's a great project and I could see it trading at 20x, 30x or what it is in a couple of years, then of course I'm going to continue buying in, because I'm just seeing that as deals and discounts. And this can happen very often throughout a bear market. Even some of the best projects out there in the top 10 can continue falling in price because Bitcoin and Ethereum are as well, or the overall sentiment within the markets is negative, right? So that's something to note as well. The last step of this strategy, and probably the most important, is always having a plan on when you're going to take profits, when you're going to sell your position, how much you're going to sell, right? And how long ideally you want to hold this project for, right? Is there a certain milestone that you want to see them cross before you sell, or something like that, right? You really need to have a plan in your head, because if you don't, you can get carried away, and you might think, well, if I'm making all this money, why sell the position? Because a lot of times the best time to sell is when everyone's interested in that project and in trying to get in themselves, because that usually signals that a dump is coming, right? Investors are going to start taking profits and dumping them onto the new people coming in that are all hyped up because they want to be millionaires in crypto, right? And this happens pretty much every bull cycle, every bull market. We see it with retail investors coming in, and then institutional investors that really understand what a discount is, that have gotten during the bear market, are starting to take profits and dumping them onto those retail investors, unfortunately, and they do end up losing money or selling at a loss, right? That's just usually how it goes, unfortunately. And the only way to really beat that is just being educated and staying ahead of the curve. So that's what I think is very important, and I think this strategy can work for a lot of people. And this is the main strategy I use when looking for altcoins or crypto coins. And when I say crypto coins or altcoins, I'm saying projects that are not Bitcoin or Ethereum, right? Newer projects usually. Some are older, as I said before, looking for discounts on those older projects. If not, then I'm looking for projects like Chainlink, which is in the DeFi, oracles, and smart contract kind of niche. They have pretty much the most partnerships of any crypto out there. I really believe in the team, the technology, and the developments. They've been around for a long time in the crypto space, since 2017. All-time high was over $50, so this is definitely a good deal, and this level has been a really good support region for us. I don't see it going much below the $12 to $13 region unless Bitcoin and Ethereum go into a massive bear market, right? So if you're looking for something more safe, then look for projects that are in the top 50, top 25 that you believe in and could see still growing 5 to maybe even 20x, because I wouldn't put that out of possibilities in the long run for Chainlink. Of course, it is at a $7.2 billion market cap, so it's definitely not small. So that's why Chainlink is a bit more safe, because it's been around longer, it's proven, has a huge community that really believes in the project and that are going to continue buying throughout bear markets. That's why I say always understand market caps, communities, teams, and roadmaps, right? So also make sure to read the white papers for these projects if they have one, right? Because in most cases they do, but sometimes they don't, and that can kind of be a red flag. So make sure they have a white paper, because that will essentially give you a full comprehensive understanding of what the project is trying to accomplish, what they're trying to make better in the crypto or blockchain space. Strategy 2, which is going to be for the Degens, okay? This is very risky investing. In some cases, it's not really investing, it's more like gambling or trading, right, without much information. So in my opinion, the Degens are looking for anywhere from 25 to 100x growth very quickly. There's a lot of these types of traders or investors or even gamblers, I guess you could call them. I myself do this, but only with amounts that I'm okay with entirely losing, because that can definitely happen. It's happened to me many times with some projects, but I've also made a lot of money on some of the smaller crypto coins out there. And in some cases, if you do good with this, it can make up for a lot of losses you've had with other coins or other even bigger cap projects that are just falling in price lately. So that's a huge thing to know as well, that it can be a good way to make some easy money, I guess you could say, if you know what you're doing, if you know how to research, and if you understand the risk. Personally, I recommend picking a niche that you see doing very well in the coming weeks or months on coinmarketcap.com, right? This can be metaverse, NFT, crypto gaming, DeFi, smart contracts. There's tons of different sectors out there, but just go over to CoinMarketCap, look for coins within these sectors, and try to research them, understand them. Obviously, if you want massive gains, you're going to have to go with projects with pretty small market caps, right? So a Decentraland isn't going to do 100x anytime soon. Any of these cryptos probably aren't doing 100x anytime soon. Maybe Engine Coin in the long run, I'm talking next 5 years or so, but other than that, it's hard to say. So that's why a lot of these people go down and go down until they find market caps that look more like 50 million, 25 million, and hope that they go to 1 billion or 2 billion, right? And that can happen, but again, it's very risky. And if you understand the risk and do the research properly and find a project with a good team, good technology, good roadmap that's actually going to fulfill on those developments and on those milestones, and of course you can invest an amount that you're willing to lose. But the problem is a lot of people are going in with tons of money that they can't afford losing, right? They're putting their cars, their houses, their mortgages on this, and it's just insane. And I think it's gotten to a point that people need to really sit back and say, what am I doing with my money, right? This is just absolute gambling. You might as well go to a casino and play blackjack, because you probably have better odds that way. So that's why I really want to stress the point that new investors and traders should not be investing in small cap projects if they don't know how to research a crypto or a team or even a company, right? Not that these are companies, but researching companies and investing in stock gives you a lot of insight into what to look for on these projects, looking at the team's experience, looking at if they actually have a product, or in this case, technology that is useful and fixes problems for people in the crypto space, or just a blockchain itself. Now, you want to find a project with a good amount of hype and a strong community. Additionally, their roadmap and white paper should be clear and have obvious value for the future. Ideally, picking coins with lower fixed supplies, so coins cannot be constantly printed, right? That way the coins actually have real value, right? They're actually scarce and they're not just in unlimited supply, which has been done successfully in some big projects, but in most cases it's better to go with a lower supply and a fixed supply crypto. Moon River is a project I've loved and continue to buy in during this dip. I love the team. I love the technology. The following's good. On their Twitter, they have over 100,000 followers, good engagement. It's followed by notable people in the space that actually understand what they're talking about, right? And I see it doing very well. Only a $200 million market cap, so sitting pretty low, right? As we can see, it peaked out over $460, and now we've come back down to about $70 and this has been a pretty good support zone for us between the $65 and $75 region. So I'm going to most likely continue buying in because I love the team, I love the technology. I think what they're doing with smart contracts and in the Polkadot ecosystem is amazing, and this could be a top 25, top 50 coin in my opinion. Right now it's sitting at 188th in terms of market cap, so there's a lot of room to grow, and I could see it doing very well, especially if Bitcoin or Ethereum go into a massive bull market. With this project, I really believe in it, and I don't mind continuing investing as it goes down in price or as it even goes up in price. I'm going to continue buying in with amounts that I'm okay with losing entirely, even though I really don't see that happening with Moonriver. A project that you could definitely lose everything is pretty much on any of these, right? Any market caps under 100 mil, even under 200 mil, you can lose your complete investment, right? Even if they have a brand and a name that a lot of people know within that niche or within that crypto sector, it can definitely still lose you a lot of money. Now, this is going to be the next major point, is making sure before you invest into these altcoins, look at what Bitcoin, Ethereum, and some of the top market cap coins within that niche are doing. If they're not doing well, if they've just dropped below a major support zone, then you should not be buying into those altcoins just because it maximizes your risk. Of course, you still have a lot of potential for the long term, but your risk goes up insanely because as Bitcoin and Ethereum and the top projects within that sector are doing bad, it usually draws down everything else within the market, which can be very bad for new coins with smaller market caps that you just bought into, right? So highly recommend just waiting until Bitcoin makes an upward move, breaks past a major resistance level, and it continues moving up before you get into very small cap coins, right? Again, if you really believe in them and they have a good following, have a good team, have good technology, and a decent sized market cap, right? Nothing crazy small, then okay, you can continue investing as they go down, right? At your own risk, of course, because remember, you can still lose 100% of your investment. Of course, riches are made in recessions, right? They're made when these coins are going down and when there's discounts on pretty much everything across the market. But I just recommend for new investors and traders to only get into those smaller cap coins when Bitcoin and Ethereum break above a major resistance level. That way you minimize your risk and still have a lot of reward ahead of you. Yes, of course, you can miss out on those initial gains, 20 to even 100%, because these altcoins do move fast when Bitcoin breaks past a major level or Ethereum breaks past a major level, but it's going to save you a lot of money in the end as you invest into more and more projects that have smaller market caps, right? So that's just my opinion. Another website that you guys really need to be using is coinmarketcal.com, which is essentially coinmarketcalendar.com, and it goes over all major events coming up for pretty much any cryptos out there, and it has a social aspect as well with people upvoting the most major events within that project that are coming up, could be in the next week, month, or even days, right? So you really want to be aware of that before going into a coin, whether it's a big cap, medium cap, or small cap. Always look at the developments and the news and announcements coming up for that project. Another website you should be using is CoinDesk, which you could already be using, honestly, because pretty much everyone is that's even remotely involved in crypto, because they see major news articles here, right? It doesn't cover those really small cap coins usually, but it definitely covers the overall sentiment within the markets, which can help you when investing into any project, right? So I highly recommend using that as well to do research, and Twitter, because crypto pretty much lives on Twitter. So before investing into a project, look up their Twitter, see what the following's like, see what the community's like. If they have a Discord, join the Discord, see what people are saying, if they really truly believe in this project for the long term, or are they all just in there for a quick flip and are going to dump their investments and their bags onto new people coming in once that hype comes about, right? So that's what you really need to look out, and that's what's going to make you a lot of money in the long run and give you the highest chance of making money with small, mid cap, and big cap altcoins, right? So that's just my opinion, right? I'm not a financial advisor. However, I have found a lot of success in the crypto trading and investing markets, right? So that's where I stand on these two strategies that I use constantly to find new crypto coins that I see huge potential in. So if you guys enjoy this video, please smash the like button and subscribe to the channel and turn on those post notifications so you never miss an upload. Also, you can follow me on my Twitter at Jackos Crypto. I post all types of insightful content there as well, talking about crypto, NFTs, and stocks, and just the overall market and what's happening, right, with major things within the space. So I highly recommend following me there as well. And I'm really hoping to grow my Twitter this year so I can help as many of you guys as possible. So thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate each and every viewer. Have a great day and peace.